Welcome to the 740 Show podcast with Boomer Brown. I'm here with my guests, Heath Neace and Arial Neace.
Good to be here.
Okay, so Heath, I'd like to get into a little bit of what you do currently.
Currently, I have a few titles. So currently, I am a CEO owner of two companies. One being called Hippies out of Lucasville, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
That is a smoke shop there for Delta nicotine products, accessories, stuff like that. Then I have another company called Walk with Disciples, and I'll get criticism for this from a lot of people, but I have it. My ministry as well as my evangelism and missionary group to give faith activism to the community and to just the world for that matter. To deliver a message that Jesus Christ is Lord and Savior and that He is coming back for a second coming, and you only get one chance at salvation, you don't get two, and that He is Lord of Lord, King of Kings.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that statement. So let's get into a little bit of your background, your childhood. Give us a little bit of info of where you come from, how you grew up a little bit.
So I was born in Monroe, Georgia. I don't know much about it there. I came here as a baby. Um, so I pretty much grew up around the Memphis area in Memphis, Ohio.
Yeah.
Um, Pretty much there my whole life. I kind of jumped around a few times to like the Lucasville area and then Portsmouth area a couple times as a kid, but nothing serious. Mostly just in Memphis. But as a kid, I kind of had more of a sheltered life. I would say I was more on the poor side, and then my dad he wanted me to do things like play sports and to get out there in the world and to do stuff. You know what I mean? My mom was more of the he's mama's boy. He wanted me to be mama's boy,
Right.
whatnot.
Want to tuck you under
So
your arm and
it was
stuff.
kind of and then yeah, and then at a sense, I feel like as a kid, I kind of wanted to lean more towards the mom side because it was easier than what dad wanted me to do that I
Right.
thought at the time. But so as my in my childhood, I would say normal childhood with a lot of trauma involved.
Yeah.
Well, so I know that sounds odd to say, but when I say normal childhood, is that I got to do normal kid things, but
Right.
there was a lot of extras added that I didn't ask for.
Understandably.
So childhood was kind of forward then backpedaled.
Yeah.
Kind of repeated itself.
It was real similar to a lot of childhoods in this
Yeah,
area. I'm
yeah,
pretty
for sure.
sure because I had a somewhat crazy childhood myself in certain ways.
Yeah,
It was
sure.
a lot of good than some bad, but you know, now there's a lot of people that's had it worse for sure. But I get it. That's common in areas like this. Even larger areas too. That kids have some messed up childhoods,
Oh yeah,
unfortunately.
I've heard especially
Then there's some childhoods that are very normal, but they're really messed up in their own ways,
oh yeah,
psychologically and mentally. As far as there's more mental abuse and psychological abuse.
yeah. People don't realize that's real abuse too. They think that
Yeah,
there's just physical abuse. I'm like, no, I mean, you
no,
have the emotional
there's
mental
yeah,
trauma,
exactly. You
and that's a lot of and a lot, I've seen a lot of stories. A lot of people, not just women but men too, say that they would have rather took the physical part of the abuse over the mental or emotional part any day.
yeah,
And that's a large statement to that's a big pill to swallow.
absolutely,
That's
absolutely. And to carry stuff like that with you unresolved through your life
oh
is
yeah,
no way to deal with it is or hurts a lot of people.
and
If
even
they
when
had
people think
healthy
about that,
outlets and ways to deal with the mental
right?
health and the struggles, I think a lot of people would be able to get into a better situation mentally for themselves.
Yeah, because when you think about it, no matter what you go through, if you could go through something traumatic, and then it could take years for it to ease up. You could go through therapy. You could even get yourself to the point to where you don't have nightmares no more, nothing, or whatever the issue may have been.
Right.
But you still know that it happened.
Yeah.
It's not like you can just like it's like a scar. Like when you have a scar, it's like the scar's there. It's not. It doesn't still hurt the way that it did when whatever happened, but it's like dang, that happened.
Yeah.
It's still there. You can't just
Yeah.
get rid of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the reality of it. And there's a lot of people that just want to drown it out or just be like, I just want to completely
Yeah.
forget. Well,
A lot of them go through the path of least resistance when it comes to drowning it out,
oh,
which
sure.
equals drugs, alcohol. A lot of times. Yeah, it's easy. Some people deal with it in sexual ways, or there's so many ways people deal with that
Addictions
may
and
have addictions, and they may
guilty pleasures,
use
just many things.
technology. They may just be immersed in technology and just cut off from the rest of the world in
Sure.
certain ways. Some people lock themselves in their
Lock
home,
themselves in their homes. Yeah, we've
isolate,
known
and it's like,
people that do
man,
that. Yeah.
I've done it personally on short periods, dealing with depression and things like that. It's
Right.
like, man.
And there have been times in my life where I've done very much the same thing. I've had addictions in my life.
Yeah.
I've had, or I've been on drugs, and it wasn't just. I've had sex addictions in my life.
Mm.
I've had, um, I had an addiction at one point in my life to just causing mental chaos between people. Am I
Being a
young?
menace to
Yeah, I'm
society.
I'm 34 years old now. I am very, very, very much matured. Like I am not who I used to
Yeah.
be. But when I was, you know, 17, 18, 19 years old, I eh, Lord, thank you for fixing me. But back then, I was just, as you said, a menace to society.
Right. We've all had our.
I
I
would
think
get
we've all had
pleasure out
stages
of
of being a menace.
doing things, and I look back at those things, and I'm like,
I had mine.
man. And when you think about the growth and development of yourself, or where you've came from, and how far you can bring yourself, it's it's flabbergasting to a lot of people.
Yeah.
I use
Absolutely.
that word still, yes.
Hey, yeah, I use words like that. I'm old school. I
So
kick it.
many
I kick it
people will
old school
not
a lot of
think I just
times.
made something up. What did he just say? Look it up.
That word doesn't exist.
Flabbergasted. It's real. You're shocked.
Oh
Stunned.
my god.
They're stunned, as Matchbox 20 said. Stunned.
Yeah. See, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of things going on in the world today.
Yeah.
What are you some of your opinions on some current events we've had?
Well, here's where the comment section's going to explode.
It's okay. Let's get
First and
it.
foremost, I want to say, number one, that I pray for God's guidance and and his wing to be over his hand to be over this whole world, not just this country and this nation, but the
Yeah,
whole world.
absolutely. Yeah.
Because there's things all over the world going on, but right here in our nation, in the United States, right now, let's think about everything that's recently happened, and we'll put them in order so people don't attack us too hard. We'll start with the school shootings of 2025. There has been, am I correct that they said like 47 school shootings since the beginning of 2025?
Pull that up, Nick.
Say, can we look that up?
Yeah, we'll
I believe there's been
we'll check on
40
that.
some school shootings in 2025 alone.
There's Chat GPT and Grok too. If you want to use that, all you gotta do is go to the page and it'll be signed in already. 57.
Okay.
That's
There's been
outrageous.
57 school shootings. So number one, prayers to everyone involved,
Absolutely.
the families, and this is where I'll get lashback. Prayers for the shooter as well, that he repents and found Christ, and or did find Christ before whatever happens to each and every one of them.
Yeah.
Let's start with that. There's been school shootings. How many? Can you also look up how many kidnappings has there been? How many child abductions has there been? And Adam cases in the United States of America.
So there's been quite a few. I know they found quite a few children that were missing. Whether they be migrant children or,
Right.
American citizens.
And to put input, how sick of an individual you have to be to kidnap a child.
Absolutely.
To kidnap in general, but to kidnap a child too. Like,
absolutely.
There's been, I know the number is.
There's just things you
ridiculous.
don't do.
And it's probably, and the numbers are probably not even fully accurate because look, think how many
It just says, giving me a statistic on missing children, which is 840,000.
840,000 missing children in the United States of America.
That's insane.
Just this year, that is my God. Like, I pray for that. I pray for God to not only to bring the children back to their homes, to their parents, but to be able to help them heal from whatever they have just went through and had to endure. And God only knows what these kids do go through.
Oh, absolutely. You
But
never
not only
know.
that,
You know.
I pray for the
I mean, you
amount
got to think there's adults that are being
abducted.
trafficked and abducted.
That's what I was going to say now. That is there's the amount of trafficked men and women, and people don't understand. It's not just women that get trafficked.
No.
Men get trafficked.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me explain to you.
Absolutely.
That is a real
For
thing.
mostly, a lot of times, just for labor.
So, we've had all the trafficking in America, the school shootings,
Yeah.
the all the murders lately. So
Yeah.
here's where the backlash comes in. Charlie Kirk murder.
Yeah.
I followed Charlie Kirk for years. Did I agree with every little last thing Charlie Kirk said? No, there might have been some things that me and him might have been like, well, I don't exactly look at it that way.
Right.
You know?
And you know,
but it doesn't mean that we would have been like, okay, here, let's take this to a point of no return. You know what I mean? No, we wouldn't have. You know, there's that, and he stood for Jesus Christ, which is what makes me even sickens me even more. Is that he was killed for talking not only about his political views but religious views.
Right.
Then there was, as we said, I say her name again. I always say it wrong.
The Arena.
Yeah.
Ukrainian girl. I don't know her last name.
She was stabbed on the subway bus. She was stabbed on the subway bus.
Yeah.
There was just recently, I believe yesterday or the day before, a gentleman who was found hanging at a college campus. I don't remember what state it was in, but he was
North or South Carolina, maybe
somewhere. He was found hanging.
I think
with
I
broken
could be
knees,
mistaken.
and he was, I believe, was he an African American man?
Nick, pull it up.
You mean hung from?
Hung like he was hung like they broke. He was found with broken knees and hung.
Delta State University.
2 men were found.
Okay, I'm sorry, it was 2 men.
That's awful. I pray for both of those men's families and them because that's insane. There's no sense in stuff like that.
There's so many things that are just going on in the world. You know, these things.
One a college student, the other a homeless individual, were found hanging from trees in separate locations across the state. Hours apart.
What the hell? That's
there's
ridiculous.
all these things going on in the world, and the thing is I get it. I have been attacked on my social media lately, very, very bad. I mean, attacked in every direction. Yeah. And the thing is
because of your opinions, your faith,
my opinions, my faith, and my belief on things, and
absolutely.
It comes to a point to where people just need to understand. No matter what. There is nothing serious enough. There is not any words coming out of anyone's mouth serious enough that we need to get violent enough to take someone's life.
I agree with that 100%.
There is nothing you could say. Listen, even as strong as my faith and my beliefs is, you could stand in my face and scream to me that God isn't real, that my soul shall be damned to hell, whatever you want to say. I will pray for you, and I will tell you to not put that evil on me. But I would never think that I had the right to take your life. I am just a man. I am not God. And that there's too much violence in our nation, man. There's too much. And what's crazy is because they say, America, home of the brave, land of the free, this is supposed to be God's country.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Y'all are trying to keep God out of it. Why are you doing that?
They're censoring on the news and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I'm like, I've heard them bleep out the word God. And I'm like,
yeah.
Why?
I seen it was an Ohio State player last season.
Mm-hmm.
Publicly said Jesus Christ on TV.
Yeah.
Censor this, Jesus Christ. How about that?
Yeah. Well, also think about this.
And they cut it out, but people were showing it on YouTube. Like, here's the real clip.
Yeah. Playing it back.
They did it live.
It was getting deleted too.
Yeah.
And people kept reposting and reposting.
Yeah.
That's like Kai Cenat. You know him?
Yeah. Okay, they said he was too.
He lost his Nike contract.
Too faithful.
Yeah.
His faith was
really big contract.
Because he wore a Nike.
That's why he said all money isn't good money.
Right.
He wasn't willing to sell out.
Oh, that's because, and people say that too. The thing is people get the scripture wrong so many times. The scripture, people, is not money is the root of all evil. The scripture
It's
is
the
the
love
love
of
of
money.
money is the root of all evil.
Yeah.
When you put more love into money than you do into reality or being humane or
Yeah.
having love and kindness, you have lost touch with yourself. You've lost touch with humanity.
Absolutely.
Like you are living in a fairy tale.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree with that.
As the scripture says too, it says that Jesus told his disciples that it would be easier for a camel to walk into the eye of a needle than it would be for a rich man to make it into heaven.
Mm-hmm.
That's not to say that rich men don't make it to heaven. It's to say that if you have riches and you just glorify yourself and you don't give to your brother or neighbor, then you might have some problems. That's between you and God.
Is it on?
But there's all the issues with that going on in the world. And then, there's problems with other things that don't even get brought up on the news. When you look at there's a lot of cities where poverty is really high.
Yep.
There's when you think about cities where people get, and listen, this is going to turn a lot of heads and make a lot of people mad, but I'm serious. How many kids are in homes that don't get to eat because their parents get hundreds of thousands, or I'm talking like hundreds and hundreds of dollars to thousands of dollars worth of food stamps, and these kids don't actually get to eat from the food stamps because it's sold for whatever else, this and that. And I'm serious, this is a big issue, especially in Scioto County where we live right now.
In poorer areas
yes.
of the world. Yeah, it's a lot of this area is fairly poor.
And
if anybody is watching out there, if you're not in Portsmouth, from Portsmouth, or have been to Portsmouth, this is not a well-to-do area in many ways. It's poverty stricken. There's crime. There's drugs.
Lots of drugs.
It's
And but the thing is not to say there's not anything good.
There's a lot of
trying to make good movements. But this city needs rebuilt. This town needs rebuilt. This county needs rebuilt.
It's a good place. Like I said, it has its good things. There's a lot of good things about it, and people are trying to do good
with faith
things.
And structure, as in like good doings. Like there's just so much. There's so much that's out there that needs. They focus on a lot of things that don't need focused on, to where there's things that need focused on that just get completely ignored. We'll think about it next year.
They just brush it off.
We'll put it to the side.
And then next thing you know, did you shit yourself? Oh, I heard a worm. I thought he was dumping off camera.
This guy.
I thought he was dumping off camera like he had a double barrel shotgun over there. Blasting one off. My gosh. No, we ain't neither. We're gonna keep that in so people can laugh. I'm over here pooping on myself.
No. He's the same way I remember him from how many years?
I've always been a menace, haven't I?
I met you when I was 18.
Yeah, that's right, because I was dating what's
Destiny
her name?
Jennings.
Yeah, Destiny.
She popped up on my TikTok today out of nowhere. Yeah.
That's cool. I hope she's doing good.
I was just scrolling and boom, she popped up on her. I was like, "What?" She seemed to be doing good.
That's good. Yeah, I created a TikTok. I mostly got the dog on there. The dog got 20,000 views.
Hey,
it's her counting to 5.
With her barks.
Yep. I hold up finger and I was actually saying 1, 2, 3. That way, people would be like, "Oh, that's fake." I'm like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, you could tell if you can't take a joke, take a shuttle. Check themselves before they wreck themselves. No, but yeah,
leave the attitude at the door.
Yeah. The dog can count. She can count to 10. She does 1 through 10. Then you can count 10 to 1, and then she can do 1 through 10 in random order. You can just throw up random numbers. Only for treats. Treat motivated.
Treat motivated.
We'll put a video of her doing 5 through 10, and then maybe a whole section of 1 through 10, and post it on there. And
just a little something.
Yeah,
Yeah. No.
It's like, and the dog is great. She's just an all around good dog. I don't have to worry about anything. She don't tear up the house. She don't pee or poop in the house. She's, she just gets pettings and gets to run around and sniff everything and goes on a lot of car rides.
She's a good dog.
Yeah, she likes to go to Rural King. Life. That's her favorite store.
Sure.
She loves Rural King.
They get to go in. They get free treats. They get pets and lovings.
Oh, yeah.
Why not?
Everybody
wow.
sees a basset hound and they're like, "Oh my god!"
When you think about it, if you could be a dog, you could truthfully get it your way as long as you just
You
had to
really could.
You could do. You know what I mean?
You
Like,
really could.
Absolutely.
Like I remember, like when I had the wiener dog. Remember Ron Jeremy?
yeah.
Wiener dog, Ron Jeremy. For I had a wiener dog. His name was
wow.
Max, but my brother called him Ron Jeremy because he's his wiener dog, and half of him was his wiener because he was very well endowed.
I will say, listen, I will say that
He was about the
dog,
size. His member was
this
about the
dog-
size of Shorty.
this dog,
He had a hammer on him,
so
son.
it drug the ground. It drug the ground, and when he go through the snow,
What? There's 3 tracks.
yeah,
It was like a
literally just line going.
It was
through
like somebody took a plow down through it.
Listen, the poor dog, and it was just natural. He had no issues, right? He was just normal. Listen,
Yeah, he's just normal.
this poor dog, I kid you not, poor man, poor guy. Rest in peace, Max.
Yeah,
But yeah,
he's a good dog. I tell you.
he was a cool dog.
My brother used to grab the dog, and like my little brother would come over, and he'd be like, "Here, look at this," and he'd have it like this far away from his face, and he's
We're
like,
still on the
"Ah."
dog wing. That's it.
Yeah, like, look at this thing. It's huge.
We are still on the red rocket. This podcast has been everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, we're going in today, son.
I
We're going
reckon
deep
so.
into the murky waters, and the
It got muddy.
clean waters too.
It got muddy.
You got money. No, man. Yeah, that wiener dog was great. He was a
good
rescue though. Whoever had him before was abusing him and left him without food and water. And
That's rough, man.
my neighbor took him in and was like,
Another
"Here."
problem. There's so many stray animals. and,
Yeah, a
like,
lot of people.
what
get
I hate
animals.
is that when people go to, there will be stray animals out, and like the law system will be like, well, don't feed them. It's like, okay, so just let them die or let them.
Hell with
the
that,
reason why
I'll-
they scavenge through the trash because they don't have nothing to eat. So maybe if
Exactly.
we fed them,
Throw some food
they
out there for
wouldn't do
them.
that. You know,
They'll be appreciative because you never know, they might take up for you if somebody ever
have
comes
a little
to attack.
decency too. You know,
Somebody comes to beat them up. The stray dogs
soften that
come.
heart
Yeah.
of steel just a little bit. My Lord.
Exactly. Give them some food. Give them some water. You know.
You ever remember being hungry? Think about that.
Exactly. You'd be able to think, oh, that stupid animal, it's a stray animal. I mean, yeah, it might be a menace, but think about it. It could be just hungry.
Yeah.
Same with kids. They can be hungry.
Yeah.
You know, it's like me. I get hangry sometimes.
Listen, I was about to say there's times where I have gotten so aggravated because I was so hungry, and then you ever just had a day where you didn't get the time to eat? You were
Yeah.
on the run, get stuff done,
Yeah.
Angry.
and then finally when you got to eat, right? Have you ever been
Your stomach's over there growling like.
You take a bite and you're like, you're so good, and then your stomach gets, you're like, ugh. And you're like, because you're so anxious. You're
Yeah.
like, so then you got to sit there and wait to calm down to eat your food, and then you're
Yeah.
just more aggravated.
Yeah.
So it's not even really
Not even
honestly
enjoyable. At that point.
Yeah,
You're
it's just
just
like
you know what?
it's there. I mean, thank you, God. I appreciate the meal, but like, man, it's like, but you're like, why does this have to be like this today?
Yeah.
Sure.
Absolutely.
I've been there multiple times.
Yeah.
And that definitely happens, you know. And people say, I know that people will say, have you ever met people on a religious, even religious, not religious people will say, you know, oh, real Christians don't have problems. Like,
Yeah, they do. They have
what?
a lot of problems.
They have probably more problems.
It's like you
than
have more
anybody.
problems when you're trying to walk with God than you do without.
Yeah, because like you're living
Because
in
it's like
faith, yes. but
Things are trying to attack you.
You're battling all kinds of things, you know. You're just battling this and that. And when you're trying to teach people the good about the grace of God, a lot of people turn it away and turn you down and like, for example, me, if you take a look at my face, my image, I mean, I have a tattooed face.
Right.
I have a crazy past.
Right.
The amount of people who, and don't get me wrong, the people that follow my ministry, I have a lot of people that are there that are supportive, and I love each and every one of you.
Right.
Thank you so much for your support. But then I have the
But it
people.
seems like for every supporter, you have like 5
Oh
detractors.
yeah,
10
sure.
detractors.
Sure.
When he's got tattoos on his face,
Oh,
and he's
yeah.
this, and he's that, and he looks.
Oh, well, he's a
he looks
Christian, but he
crazy.
smokes. He's going to hell. And I'm
He's
like,
going to hell, and he shouldn't do this, and he shouldn't do that. Meanwhile, those people don't do any introspection or self-reflection on their lives. They're just out there complaining about other people's
Yeah.
lives,
And I pray for
don't
those
even put
people
the work
because
in on their own life.
I realize
And that's
that
what they do need
they're being
prayer,
hateful,
really.
you know.
Yeah,
And I'm like, I
they're
pray for
mad at
them to.
everybody else for something that's going on in their
Yeah,
own
because I
life.
mean, everyone has.
Just think
You have
about
your
it.
relationship with Jesus. You know what I mean. It does. There's not a single
Yeah,
perfect person in this world, but it's
yeah,
it's the people that say, "Oh, well, you can't have a relationship with Jesus if you smoke, or you can't have a relationship with Jesus if you've done drugs. You can't have a relationship with Jesus if you get tattoos." Like that. That's absurd. That makes no sense. Like
right.
how does that's ludicrous? There's no understanding in it. Not to my
Yeah,
knowledge. Not to any person that has a sane mind's knowledge. I don't
yeah.
even think there's anything that you could really back that up with.
I don't know. So, um, we'll go back to a little bit of your background.
Yeah. Sorry we kind of jumped everywhere.
That's okay. I'm okay with it. You gotta every now and then we go off the path. It's fine. I'm okay with freestyling a little bit. I don't
Yeah.
and everything. Let's go with your covered your childhood and teenage years pretty much.
Yeah.
What about from the time you met me until now? What did you
So
first think about me when you met me?
when I first met you, I was all excited about you. Look, that's why he's over there cheesing a little
It's
goober because
hilarious.
he was an active MMA. It was something I wanted to get into.
Yeah.
And so from the point that I met you, and I did all of the MMA career I did with you training me and everything, and then you ended up doing, I forget what you went into doing. You moved up, didn't you move to Cincinnati or
Moved
somewhere?
to Cincinnati for a while.
Cincinnati, that's where it was.
I
You
was
moved up
doing
there,
judo mostly up there, doing judo and
but
stuff.
you was a chef up there,
Here,
right?
yeah, I was a chef. I
You
went
were
to
pursuing
culinary.
a
Went to
chef career.
culinary school.
You were
And
doing the right thing as to where, from the time that I met you, well, I had some jobs, but I didn't take nothing real serious in my
yeah,
younger childhood. I got some trouble.
he was ripping and
I went to
running.
jail a lot. I got my I was.
He was
Then
ripping and running.
I got into drugs and whatnot. So my early adulthood was, I will say, nothing good. It was me struggling with drug addiction, with my anger, with life in general. And I definitely I was not giving myself to God at all. I definitely wasn't looking to Him for help at all.
Right.
Which, praise God that He allowed me to live this long and got me through it because, man, I'm telling you now, if you remember, I was wild after
Oh
I left for a
yeah,
while. We lost touch for a
absolutely,
while. But then
absolutely.
after my mom had died and my grandparents had died all back to back, things started hitting me, and I was like, man, maybe I should
Yeah,
try to start changing my life. So I put myself into some outpatient rehab and
yeah,
whatnot. And along the way, I had didn't meet my wife here in rehab or nothing like that, but through some friends that were
yeah.
helping me get myself put back together, I met her, and we developed our relationship. We've been together 9 years,
Heck yeah.
and like any relationship, there's ups and downs.
Right.
But we got through it, and we both. She had actually started getting the fire for God before I did, and then there was conviction. There was something about conviction. She'd be up reading her Bible at night, and I would just
Yeah.
flip over and go to bed. She'd be up for hours, bro. I mean, like two,
Yeah.
3 hours at a time, just in the book.
Man.
Yeah,
Getting that personal relationship
yeah,
with
and
Jesus.
with her light on it. Listen, the devil was working on
That's
me because I would get aggravated.
See, that's what a lot of people that they haven't. A lot of people are misguided. They think you have to go to church to be what they call a Christian. But
No,
what's most important is
you
that
don't
personal
have to go to
relationship
church.
with
And
Jesus
I
Christ.
say this in my church. I say I believe it's
It's
very
good.
important.
It's good to go to
It's very
church.
important to go to church. I believe it's very important.
That
That doesn't mean that if you don't ever go to church, like, 'cause listen, we have a church member, one of our church, one of the members of my church, her father, he's bedridden. He can't go to church. So
but what's
but he
important is
knows
his
God.
relationship
Yeah,
with
his
Jesus
relationship with
Christ.
Jesus Christ is there. So no one could say, oh, well, he can't go to heaven. Yes, he is going to
Yeah.
heaven. He has a very solid relationship
Yeah.
with God. He knows who his Lord and Savior is. Just
Yeah.
because he can't physically walk into the structure of a building doesn't mean that he is not the church of God. He's not the church himself. God is in him. He is the church. He reads
Because
the book.
church is technically two or more people,
Yeah.
talking about God.
Yeah, it's like in the structure. Is someone knocking?
Excuse me for a minute.
Security's coming. Can someone let Jake? Yeah, can you let Jake Paul in? Thank you. No, he's the water boy. It's just a joke. Did my child get locked in a restroom?
Could be very possible. Or the dog.
She got stuck in the bathroom.
My child or the dog?
Your child.
Yep.
She got stuck in the bathroom a little bit. I had to pop the door open for her. But the dog was all clomping around like an elephant as soon as she came out. Like
Going into
well,
them early teen years.
I
Man.
seen the dog over by the bathroom looking at the door, so I was like, I looked out the door. I didn't see anything at the front, so I'm like, then I heard her knock. I was like, oh crap, she's back there. She got stuck. But nah. But yeah,
That's where my adulthood went, but now where I'm at, I do own, and as I said, I get a lot of backlash for this. I do own a smoke shop.
you had that before you had rededicated yourself to Christ.
Right. And then, but I have my outlooks on it are, I get a lot of backlash on it, but like,
Right.
my if I am convicted of it and I need to remove it, and I will, and God will have me.
Absolutely.
Between me and God. But
Absolutely.
I have my company, Walk with Disciples, as we've got one of the cards here.
Yep.
This has a number on the back, and it's got the number to our company.
I'll put that info up on the screen.
Thank you. Well, what our company does is Walk with Disciples. We are a ministry. We are a faith activist, which means when we say faith activist, we mean as in we actively go out and we preach and teach the word of God. We try to bring people to God. We are street missionaries. We want to be country missionaries. We want to bring you the good news that
Absolutely
Jesus Christ is Lord and that you have a chance at eternal salvation. And I have to say chance because God gives every one of us the chance to know who Jesus Christ is. It is up to you, though, as a person and as a soul, to consume that and allow him into your heart and ask for forgiveness.
Absolutely.
And that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
So that number there is for if you need to talk about anything, if you need to get a hold of us or just have prayer to talk, or just you need someone to talk to about faith, anything. My extension number is 777. Once you call the number, you'll just be prompted by an automated system. You just hit 777, brings you straight through.
Go straight to you. That's good. Absolutely. That's pretty neat.
And then we're going to be giving out Bibles. We're going to be giving out meals. We're going to be going out doing prayer.
Nice.
And we're going to deliver the message everywhere that God sends us.
That's a great thing.
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to go make disciples.
Hey, yeah. I like that. That's a good thing. I mean, the world needs more of that.
That's what we do.
The whole world.
Our slogan is "Follow the Lamb."
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, by the way, lamb is delicious if you've not had it.
It is. It needs to be seasoned quite a little bit because it has a bland. By itself it's bland, but it's still very good meat. Very good choice of meat.
The way she makes it is very delicious.
Oh yeah, and it takes seasoning very well.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's like the
Don't
chef's
be bland.
kiss,
Yeah.
God did give us seasoning.
Anybody of y'all that ain't seasoning your food, come on, man. Like, what's wrong with you all?
I got to agree with that.
It just ain't just salt and pepper. You got to put some Creole seasoning on there. You got to put some onion powder, garlic pepper, garlic salt. Hey,
we're being faithful here. He's talking dirty.
I'm talking about you need to put some barbecue seasoning. You need to get your head out of the box and put some seasoning on that thing. I just use some salt and pepper and it tastes like butt cheeks. All right, you got to put some seasoning on your daggone food.
He reminds me of that one kid that hurt like a butt cheek on a stick.
Like a butt cheek on a stick.
Yeah, it was a little more southern.
Like a butt cheek on a stick.
That was good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I can talk like that. I don't know you dang old Boomhauer man. Dang old Hank Hill man.
Didn't the guy that played his actor die?
That was Dale Gribble.
Or Dale?
Yeah, Dale Gribble died. Well,
rest in peace to that guy.
Yeah, Johnny Hardwick.
Rest in peace to everybody that has lost their life in general. Not just this year, but in general, ever. Like, into anybody, the families. Man. Because listen, you know what's wild is I never met my great grandfather or grandmother, or my grandfather, not my grandmother, on my grandmother's side. Never met him. But from pictures and stories that they've told me about him, I've cried over him before.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? So, for anyone to say, well, you can't cry for someone you never knew, that's ridiculous.
Yes, because you feel the pain of the people that knew him.
Yeah. Well, I'm here to tell you, you've never face to face met Jesus Christ yet, but a lot of us cry over him. So
yeah.
Remember that.
Yeah.
And that's not a shot at Jesus. We love Jesus. That's reality.
Instead of crying over your ex-girlfriend, cry over something worthwhile. How about
Exactly.
Yeah.
Cry over the fact that someone died for you.
that? That girl left me. Wah! Nobody cares.
This guy. If we are yin and yang, I am white and he is the black. Because he is ready to just
He,
judo chop.
he is like the rice, and I am like the orange chicken.
I am seasoned, though.
He's like, no, he's,
So listen.
yeah, he's like,
you young ones who are learning, you are rice. You must be seasoned.
he is seasoned with paprika because he's got red hair.
I love paprika.
You know what paprika actually is?
What?
You know what paprika actually is?
I'm going to be honest, I do not.
It is
delicious.
red bell peppers that have been dried
Dry
and
roasted.
ground.
Delicious.
Roasted bell
because
peppers.
it's great on deviled eggs.
Yeah, it really is.
You ever
Love
met the
some
people that don't like
deviled
deviled eggs?
You can't trust it. That's like the people that don't like deviled eggs cannot be trusted, just like the people that put milk in the bowl before their cereal.
Yeah, that's weird.
Whoever does that is a psychopath and they cannot be trusted. They need to be locked away in a mental asylum.
Oh my.
The only time it is acceptable that have milk in the bowl
When you're refilling.
and you're refilling your first bowl.
Absolutely.
That's it. Case closed. If you don't like it, fight me.
He has a black belt in multiple things. I know he looks like a pilgrim.
I do. I might look like an Amish person.
But don't let it fool you.
And for my Middle Eastern brethren, I got the beard,
Underneath the beard and the bald cap sweat stain on the hat,
Yeah.
there is a sweat stained black belt that can still be put to use judo choked. Trust me, I have been choked by it and smelled it before.
I mean, I might be a little out of shape right now, but I ain't as good as I once was. But I can be as good once as I'll ever be, I reckon. Like the Toby Keith song said.
Rest in peace, Toby. It was Toby, right?
I'll
Toby
put a
died.
boot in your ass. It's the American way. Like Toby Keith said.
Yeah.
Yeah, old Toby Keith, man.
R.I.P. Toby.
Yeah.
My dad dressed up as him at Halloween one year. Really looked like him too. It was funny.
Without the red hair?
Huh?
Your dad's got like red hair too, doesn't he?
He's got the
Like strawberry blonde?
and then he would grow out the back, and the back would turn literally like bleach blonde, and curly as all get out.
Like one of them wrestler mullets in the 80s.
But I remember my mom actually used to get mad because I remember women really did flirt with my dad a lot.
Pass it off.
And it was because of his hair, because like I just know it was like it was so. It was like that rock and roll Bret Michaels shiny just. The women loved it, and my mom would get mad. My dad clearly used to eat it up. You don't look like that no more, so don't even smile, dude. You got wrinkles. I love you. But I remember when he did that. He had the big long, it was like a tan hide trench coat, had the cowboy boots, the
neon pink wife beater, and Daisy Duke shorts. And Pit Viper sunglasses before they existed.
I don't know why that made Richard Simmons pop in my head for whatever reason.
Sweating with the oldies, son.
Listen, my grandmother was die hard for
Richard Simmons,
bud. I'm talking, you walk in grandma's house on a Sunday after church.
She's out there like
on everything. God is my witness. God is my witness. Walk in grandma's house, she was on the treadmill. She wasn't running though; she was walking. You hear me? But
yeah,
she was running because she was getting it, man. Richard Simmons on TV. Come on, just clapping his hands.
Clap your hands
with it, man. And his little, was it leotards? Is that what they are?
He had his little shorts.
Yeah,
and the
wrestling
wife
outfit,
beater,
and the little chia pet haircut.
little singlet.
Yeah. And
yeah,
I just thought he was a happy guy forever. I didn't realize he was a gay man too. Like that, and don't attack me over that. Either. Don't attack me over that.
I knew as a kid for some reason. I was like, oh, he's gay. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I try to keep up with a lot of his workouts, and as a kid, I was like, man, this hurts. I'm fat.
Oh, Richard Simmons was out there putting.
Kid,
that's like him old Tybo.
Richard Simmons was actually fit. You know what I mean? He was a short little feller too.
It's like them little Tybo tapes. You know that
Tybo, yeah.
Pauly Shore was going to do a biopic and play Richard Simmons. Pauly looks like Richard Simmons, dude. Quit wheezing on my grindage, bro.
Gosh, bless it, he does so bad.
It'd be like it's Richard Simmons, dudes, sweating with the oldies.
What did he say in Son-in-Law? What did he used to say? What was the famous line he said in the movie Son-in-Law? Do you remember? It was when he was out in the tractor.
Quit wheezing on my grindage.
Oh, it was something else. Because he's like, ooh! You know what I'm talking about? He's in a tractor.
Son-in-law.
Son-in-law. Pauly Shore on a tractor. Yelling. That's... And then, like, he plays the voice of one of the characters in the Goofy movie. The one that... Big total cheese or whatever.
Yeah.
He plays
I
that.
didn't know he's in the Goofy movie. He made a new movie.
The blonde-headed dude that
back.
says, leading tower of cheese.
Yeah.
That's Pauly Shore. Are you picturing it now? Think about it.
I think so.
This man's lung is gone.
Is that a bass ham? Pull that screen forward a little bit. That's like the trailer and stuff, man. This guy's fired. Jamie, you're fired.
We've been patiently waiting. We've left you.
No,
guys
he's
in
all right.
silence. No,
He's okay. This is our first run on the podcast.
Pauly
So
Shore's.
we're just getting everything suited. So, this is our first run, so don't be hating.
I don't know why Pauly Shore makes me think of Rob Schneider for some reason.
You can do it.
Rob Schneider have you seen his stand-ups? Like,
Oh yeah, I love Rob Schneider.
dude, he speaks the truth. Like, he literally does. Like,
He's always getting pooped on online because there's a bunch of haters. He's got a different opinion. I can't accept it. Wow,
Right.
everybody's got to
Like,
accept my
listen,
opinion.
I could sit here and tell you all day my opinion on something. You could have a different opinion.
Son-in-law tractor scene.
Yeah, there you go. Son-in-law tractor scene. We're still looking for Pauly Shore. We got to figure out what he says. It's something great.
And I'm still trying to catch my breath.
Yeah, this guy's dying over here.
I need an oxygen
over
tank.
here, taking over his podcast for him because he's, this is my guest.
Yeah, the Macho
Mr.
Man
Brown.
Randy Savage. Yeah, snipping to a Slim Jim.
He tried.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna drop the elbow drop tonight. Yeah.
That's a harvester, ain't it?
It might be. I think so, like a combine.
Yes, yeah. Someone in the comment section, is International Harvester a brand of whatever, a combine, or is that an actual thing by itself? I'm not a farmer,
I think
okay?
International Harvest. International might be the brand. I think
There's a song where he's like, my International
Yeah,
Harvester.
this little catchy song.
So right now, Pauly Shore is about to power up the harvester, combine, whatever it is.
Oh yeah, Macho Man.
He is in the seat. Hand is on the steering wheel.
Dig it.
Radio is on. He is jamming.
Thank God.
He's
I'm
a country boy.
boy.
It is moving. I don't think he realizes it, but yep, it's a going. Instrumental, country boy. Thank God I'm a country boy. Continues playing in the background. Driving off slowly, tarp still over the combine.
Yeah.
I'm giving you just.
Oh man, it's
whatever
getting.
it is as we go. He realizes he's driving. Now he's freaked out. Well, he's liking it. By the way, if you've not watched Son-in-Law with Pauly Shore,
You gotta
I
watch
highly recommend watching
What year
this
was
movie.
it, Nick?
Oh my.
1993,
90s.
right?
Yeah.
Did it say? I think it was 93. Pauly Shore, Son-in-Law, classic
Son-in-Law.
movie. If you haven't
Says
watched
something
it,
great in it.
if you haven't watched it, you have to have been living under a rock.
Patrick Star, if you will.
Hey, SpongeBob.
This podcast is actually went everywhere, but it's great though because this is what gets people is to build. We cover many different things in many different sections of many different time frames.
Billy Ray Cyrus, eat your heart out.
Speaking of Billy Ray, did you hear his new version of "Achy Break Your Heart" he did a while back?
No.
Billy,
Hang it up.
time, brother.
It's like a rotary phone, bro. Just hang it up.
And it's okay. I remember rotary phones.
Yeah.
Mamaw had one. Absolutely did.
There's a question for you. How were things different for you growing up? You know,
I don't remember what
pre.
he says. I could have been wrong.
What year were
I
you
thought he said
born?
something. 91.
91. I was born in 86. So you grew up in the 90s as well, like me. For those that never experienced the 90s, in your opinion,
oh man,
what's different then than from now?
How many of you parents have ever let your child drink from a water hose? Number one.
We grew up on that.
Biggest thing right there. Hitting a water hose on a hot summer day, making sure that you let the first bit of water get out so you didn't boil your lungs.
How many times did you get left at the house by yourself? All right, you got to watch your sister or your brother or whatever.
Oh,
and
gosh.
Don't let anybody in. I'll be back at 9 p.m. tonight.
Don't even unlock the door.
Had every one of my friends over 5 minutes after 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Every one of my friends.
Yeah.
I remember getting busted one time, Mom coming home, and I had like 5 people in the bedroom hiding in the closet. Had like 3 people hiding outside in the van. You know what Mom does? Goes outside, starts shooting a .22 rifle in the air.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, if you ever wonder where any of my past craziness may have came from in the old me, probably there. Rest in peace, Mama.
I remember one time my mom left me home. My brother was gone. My stepdad was gone. This is way before I met you. I was only maybe like, I don't know, probably 11, 12 years old. And, well, you know, my mom had sold pot. She's dead, and my stepdad's dead. God rest both their souls.
Yeah, rest in peace.
May they rest in peace.
Sure.
You knew my mom. So
yep,
you
had a good relationship with her.
You knew how she was. She could be a little. She was a sweetheart. But
she was a sweetheart.
If you get on her bad side, then I pray for you. Cause
can I do it one time?
Yeah, I'll do it too.
Boomer!
And I remember that time, you know, you'd make her mad to the point where she would cuss. Then she'd be like, "Damn it, you made me cuss. I'm a Christian."
Yeah.
See what you made me do, and then she'd get extra mad at you and just, you know, go.
Oh, man.
And then she'd feel bad later, like, "I'm sorry about that." I'd be like, yeah, you got that off your chest.
I'll be like, just go to Arby's.
Yeah.
He worked at Arby's at the time, so we got so many free.
Oh yeah, we did
Sandwiches.
He worked at Arby's too, over in Wheelersburg.
I probably couldn't. I wouldn't deny some Arby's right now.
But yeah, Arby's is good. Can't go wrong there. Yeah, Mom left me home. You know, I was able to be left by myself because I didn't need like warning labels and stuff. You know, it's like you can't leave some kids alone by themselves today.
Listen, there's some kids that they haven't had the right guidance,
right?
And I wonder how they actually have made it this far.
I don't know.
Like,
it's like, do they have instructions that say breathe in, breathe out? There's some adults like that too. You wonder how they made it that far in life. Not to be mean,
one of his specials, he said, there should have been a common sense class.
Oh, absolutely.
And I agree with that. Left, right, hot, cold, blah blah blah, this and that. Like,
absolutely.
Because there are some people that just. Example: there are grown men and women, not just women, but men, that do not know how to pump gas.
Oh my God! No, change a tire, or balance a checkbook, which. That's all more digital anymore.
And the thing is, and it's not saying that they're dumb. It's saying that they've
never been taught. They never knew any better.
And because there's a lot of those things I didn't know until I got older. I was like, when I got older, I thought, my God, the world lied to me.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. I can attest to that. So my brother, as we got older, we had to learn some certain things the hard way because nobody ever showed us. We had to figure it out ourselves. And in a way, it gives you a better experience in some ways. I mean, would it have been easier if somebody kind of hipped us to it? Absolutely. Yeah. But we had to go through those situations and kind of man up and go through it on our own and come out on the better side.
Take a mind.
More educated and more experienced.
We came from a generation to where if you wanted to find out where your friends were, you didn't call them on the phone. You had to get on your bicycle and drive 15 miles to the house. You
looked for where all the bikes were in one yard.
And that's where
all your friends were hanging.
Yeah. Literally.
And that's if you didn't call the house.
We come from the era of where a pitcher of Kool-Aid to a group of friends was amazing.
Oh yeah.
Today to
That
kids,
was-
it's just Kool-Aid.
Yeah, for us it was
was
like,
a
oh man,
gift.
so
It
and
was
so.
great.
You're over there like, oh man, Heath's mom made Kool-Aid. Heck yeah.
You didn't have Kool-Aid
Yeah.
everywhere you went. You know what I mean?
No.
Like,
You got hose water most of the time.
yeah.
Hey, there's times I drank creek water.
Oh yeah.
As terrible as that probably is, you know.
Tap water for
Lord
sure.
only knows
times.
what was in that creek
You know
water.
how many kids today have never drank tap water? I grew up on tap water.
I mean, you can't drink tap water now. It's so polluted.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like,
it's
no,
terrible.
you don't understand the luxuries that a lot of these kids don't understand the luxuries they have. Like bottled water
Yeah.
is a luxury.
Yeah. Because you drink the tap water, it's got all these chemicals in it. Even today, right now, Portsmouth, Ohio, Cider County has terrible.
Turned my water on the other day
Water.
and it was brown.
Yeah. Like somebody doo-doo in it.
Yeah. Flushed the septic down it.
Yeah. But yeah, back to that story I was telling you with my mom.
Yep.
You know, she left me at the house. You know, back then we might have been lucky, had a little satellite with the little, you know, card. And so I was watching wrestling, all
Yeah.
the, you know, pay-per-views, rewinds and stuff like that. Oh,
I remember
yeah.
the cards.
I was over there chilling at the house. Well, you know, back then there was this landline.
Yeah.
You had a big tube TV. The thing weighed like 100 pounds. You had to move it from room to room. It's like one of them strongman lifts.
Oh yeah.
Where you're, got the rock.
Full glass front.
I get a knock at the door. And mom was like, you know, somebody might stop by. And I'm like, well, what do they want? They're like, they'll probably want pot. I'm like, oh, okay. Whatever. And I knock on the door. I don't even open the door all the way. I crack the door. I'm like, yeah, what do you want? Like, oh, your mom said you'd be here. Okay, and she's like, well, she said you'd sell me a bag of pot. I was like, I'm 13, I'm 11, 12 years old, but I already knew I was already hip though, because you know my brother had already hit me to like, oh yeah, this is this and this. You know, I'm like, oh,
Sure,
okay,
so you
whatever.
grew up.
You know,
Understand.
you've
We
been there,
understand
and he's
now.
probably
Yeah.
seen it, but.
We've we've seen it. I've seen it.
And you
I've read a
know,
lot of people
it's
seen it.
crazy
Yeah.
because in no way is this story a reflection on my mother. Anybody that doesn't know my mother can't say who she was, and the people that know her know that
Yeah.
this is just like a one-off thing. You
Yeah,
know, this
for
is just
sure.
a crazy story that happened
Yeah.
when I was growing up, and my mom took very good care of us
Yes,
to
she
the
did.
best of her abilities with what she could. But no, you know, she had to make ends meet somehow. And that's not to say my stepdad worked as well, and he had to make ends meet as well. You know, there was people pulling their weight. Nobody was just, you know, whatever. But she, you know, so I get him back. I sell it to him, get the money, and then you know, all day long, I pretty much, you know, knock at the door. Okay, do. I hand them a bag. They slip the money, and actually, they gave me the money first because I wasn't playing that game. So let me see that money first. Okay, 10, 12 years old out there. You know, get that money. You know, I said it sold every bit they had. They didn't expect, you know, because you know they back then you didn't have a cell phone, you didn't have an email, you didn't have a computer. Nobody knew you was home or not.
Right. Yeah. It was just. You
You know, nobody knew you were home or not. You didn't sit there and be like, you can pick out the landline and call somebody's house, but you don't know if they're going to be home. You didn't have instant access to everybody like you do now.
Yeah.
This is the 90s, and nobody gave a shit. You know, it was just like you get left at home all day long like it was nothing. You just don't be acting stupid at the house, and you ain't got nothing to worry about. Don't do nothing to draw attention to yourself. You know.
Right.
But I ended up selling all the whole bag, everything. You know, everything. You know, they come back. I'm just sitting there in the bedroom with all the money, just throwing it up in the air like Scrooge McDuck, wallowing around in it. Like, oh yeah, they're like, it was like, where's all this? Where's all the bags? At? I was like, I sold them all. Where's all the money? I was like, this is all the money. And I just like, you know, I guess I was finessing them for the price. I had charged them more than what I was supposed to.
Oh.
And I ended up making them more money than what they'd have made if they'd have sold it outright.
Oh
So like, and you know, the people weren't mad about it because they was like, "Oh yeah, I got a fat bag anyways. That's good," you know. So they was happy about it. You know, I made them a little extra money on the day. I was a hustler.
That's crazy. Is people that'll watch this be like, "Oh my god, that's awful." Like,
Oh yeah, for people in our area, in some ways, it was normal for
If you
people.
would see how we grew up, and
Yeah.
the way that our families grew up, and things that you know. It's cultural things like, and this happens in other places too. It's
Yeah.
not just here like this. Like this happens.
Oh yeah,
Everywhere. Like, and there's things way worse than that happen in other cultures. Not saying that any of this is like oh, let it be or it's good.
Right,
I'm saying,
yeah,
like, this
it's
is,
you know,
you would
this
have
is
to have been there to have understood.
right, and it's a whole different world now
Yeah,
compared to what we grew up in.
sure.
You know, he was born in what 03? Yeah, so uh, the towers coming down hadn't even he never lived through that like
Right.
we did.
Yeah.
We
I was in
never
school
lived through.
when they put us on lockdown in my
Yeah,
school, and then they had our parents come pick us up.
yeah. What are you doing, Hound? Just come in and say hi.
Big dog.
Yeah, but no, it's like I remember watching everything happen. I was like, that guy's in ninth grade science class. And it was crazy. He was asking me about it, and I was like, man, it was crazy seeing that and living through it. And it's one of those things. It's like, did that really happen? And it
Right.
did. It's like I went to the memorial in New York City, and I was overcome with emotion when I was up there.
Yeah.
Because I understood what it meant, and I lived through that. And I was like, my gosh,
It was
the people that lost their lives that were innocent.
Yeah.
And it's craziness. And it's
Absolutely.
like he's young to where he don't, like I said, he just knows about it secondhand, kind of.
Right.
Where like all of us was we were
We
pretty
was
much
there
alive.
for
Yeah.
Hassan
Saddam Hussein,
Saddam Hussein, Osama
and then
bin
Osama bin
Laden.
Laden. Yeah.
Like both of those happened in our time frame. This is
Yeah.
like that's wild.
Remember they was like, oh, Osama bin Laden's hiding in the mountains and in caves, and he's on dialysis. It's like, oh yeah, he's dragging his little big dialysis machine all over the place with him. Come on now.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
And then
hiding in the caves. Yeah, okay. We got the generator set up.
So many things that happened.
There was a lot of stuff. It was, and some people say it was an inside job.
9/11.
Yeah,
definitely.
A lot of people say, like, I mean, look at the Jesse Ventura things he came out with back in the day. Remember that?
Yeah.
Conspiracy? And they took it down because it was like too spot on, kind of.
They try to silence.
There's a lot of crazy stuff. Yeah.
There's a lot of silencing going on. That's why I say make a sound.
Yeah. Yeah.
Make a noise.
Got the dog saying hi to the
We
camera
have got
again.
the basset hound here.
Yeah.
With these ginormous ears.
This is Suzanne, aka Barkmaster Flex.
Yeah, she's part of the committee.
She can count.
She's part of the activism. She's with the she's part of the chapter now.
Yeah, she's a good dog. She's the goodest girl.
Gotta love your animals.
Absolutely.
I love my animals like they're my kids.
Absolutely, I wouldn't know what to do without my dog. She's
absolutely wouldn't.
It's my buddy. Yeah, it's. Remember, I had a brain fart. Happens. You poop again? He said yeah that time. See, he earned it.
He did. I must be admitting to the first time.
He's like, I'm just
running
gonna
back
say
like
yes.
30 minutes ago. You'll see it.
He's like, I'm just gonna say yes anytime. It's like
however long ago it was. I don't remember.
Let's see here. What about your? I remember, you were doing music for a while.
Yeah, I've still got some new music I'm working on. I just got a lot of old stuff out there that I'm trying to actually get rid of.
Yeah.
Everyone,
because you're not in that phase anymore.
Right. Most of everyone will remember me as Alphabetic.
Yeah.
Because that's who I was for my whole music career.
Yeah.
I changed my name to Witness Him because him.
You're changing life as well.
Yeah, for sure. And so I'm trying to deliver a better message to the music, and I'll have a new album coming out. I don't have the exact date for the drop yet. I've got many songs that'll be on it, but everything's still being worked on as far as recording, mixing, mastering, getting everything put together. But I still doing music to deliver the message, to help deliver the message. And the goal with the music is I advise that if you're going to make music, yes, to make positive music, but give your grace to God, give your praise to God while doing so, because especially if you're one of these people that make money off your music, give your praise where your praise
absolutely
is deserved, because you wouldn't have
absolutely.
And one person that talks a lot about that, if you don't know him, Forrest Frank, he's a phenomenal
I'm not familiar with him.
I'll
check him out.
And the newer generation, and Charlie Kirk talked about it too, follows him heavily. And his scripture that he talks about in a song, it's spot on. And he makes music fun. He makes it fun for the new generation. That's the thing is, he makes wholesome, good music fun for kids to be able to dance to and to have a vibe and energy to. And think about how good that works for kids who just got a lot of energy. Or think about how well that works for kids with ADHD.
Right.
I mean, there's where you can put things into, where you can apply good things to situations and to things like that, it makes a massive difference in not only just like maybe your community, your state, the world. It makes a massive
Absolutely.
difference.
Yeah. You
With,
make difference in the community.
Yeah. So the music's still there.
It's just in a different direction.
In a different direction, yeah.
Than what it
direction.
was.
Right.
Hopefully you have a lot of carryover fans, you know.
Yeah, I got a lot of people.
I'm sure a lot of them understand.
I do have a lot of
people.
From, you know? I got a lot of people that are still there for me. I did have.
Sure, you had people that decided to go a different direction, which is understandable. And you know, that's what happens in life. That's what happens in life in general when you're trying to do something better or different for yourself, sure. And you're in a on a different wavelength, so to speak.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like sometimes you lose friends or you lose family, even in some cases, which is unfortunate. And it's not so much. It's more of they're still trying to do the same old thing and being content with where they're at and don't want anything better for themselves.
Yep.
Or it's something taking them in a different direction. You know, and I feel like I've had a lot of that happen in my life where certain phases of life and people I know, like my brother, when he got, you know, turned his life around, he lost a lot of those old quote unquote friends.
Right.
But those people were still out getting high,
sure,
and doing drugs and still doing all sorts of stuff. You know, and he didn't want to be around that. And he couldn't be around it. So a lot of those people didn't really get cut off, but they fell off, so to speak.
And that's like, you know, I had a lot of people that I had to. The thing is I believe in loving from a distance.
Yeah, you can still love them. You just can't be.
I can't. I love you, and I want, and I pray for the best.
Because certain things they do may trigger you into something, or try to tempt you into something.
It's not only that I try to keep my kids' eyes away from harmful things.
Yeah, I understand that.
Because the thing is if there's less to question, there's less to explain.
Right.
And that's not to say that when she's older, there's not a lot to be explained. That's saying that as she has an innocent mind right now as a child, she needs to be able to live as a child the most she can, and not have to question adult things like, Dad, why is this happening or that? Like,
I mean, look at our childhood.
Yeah, like I don't want my kid.
You don't want them,
because the questions I ask.
It's like there's a lot of people in our generation that they were loved, but they weren't raised on love. They were raised on survival.
Right.
You know, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that will hear that, and hopefully, I'm sure a lot of them can relate. You know, especially in this area, and you know, areas like ours, a lot of people can relate. You know, especially it's just, you know, sometimes you're loved at the same time, but it's a different. It's like you're focused on surviving that childhood and growing into your teenage years, and then you're still surviving. You know, it's like I can't, you know, it's like nobody told you how to really carry yourself in certain ways. They were too busy kind of, what can they get out of you? Or what, you know, how can they use you for their game?
Yep. And there's a lot of that goes on.
Yeah.
And
I remember from like my childhood and my generation, it was like, I feel like kids were treated as like drones, as like just bots. Like you're just gonna do whatever we say, don't question it, sit down, shut up.
that was what I was told. I was always told that you're to be seen and not heard.
Children are to be seen and not heard.
And when I think about it today, I'm like, that's dumb.
Yeah. Now, one good thing I can say is we got disciplined when it was necessary.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got whipped with a switch.
I've seen some kids out there.
We got a belt to the ass. We got a hand to the hind end. Flip flop, whatever to the butt. It was never abused.
My mother would,
you know, but we got
in reach.
We got our little cheeks lit up.
Yeah.
You know, and it, like I said, you learn from it.
I have a flat hind end and I walk funny.
Man, probably mine too. Probably got it whipped off and then I worked off the rest of it.
It's just memory of my mom and dad just
beating the tar out of that thing, flattened it out for you.
I remember one time I got a iron skillet broke over my hind end.
Heck, gone.
Yeah, dude. Listen. That was
cast iron.
Cast iron. No idea why I got that, but
heck yeah, you got the Hot Wheels track.
Yeah, like
a Hot Wheels track, getting whipped by a Hot Wheels track. I'm sure a lot of people will be like, oh yeah, I remember that too.
I'm straight head to heels.
Yeah.
head to heels. Like,
Man.
yeah, I kid
Bend
you
over,
not.
touch your toes, and
Like I'm like put a level on me and flatter the board.
jeez. It's like, yeah, you gotta wear suspenders or your britches don't stay up. Yeah.
I got on suspenders right now.
I wear
I can't
suspenders
let.
too, especially when I'm working. That way I'm climbing up and down. My crack ain't hanging out.
Oh,
I got
I
my
love them more than a belt. Like
yeah.
it's like when I hit 30, it's like suspenders is the way to go. Like feels good.
Them old timers knew what was up because a lot of them worked their butt off,
My
so they
wife
didn't have
being
no
like
hind
6 years
end.
younger than me, she's like,
This guy's like 80. She's like, he's like 80 years old. He's like 70-year-old.
yeah, I'm 34. My doctor did tell me I had my spine was in the condition of a 60-year-old man though.
It's like it's crooketer and a politician.
Oh my.
You got scoliosis or something. That nucleosis or scoliosis or
Scoliosis. They said you have all the osis.
you got oleosis,
They said you got
mononucleosis.
you got a this way osis.
You just need to get straightened out. You hook you to
They said you
between
got
two trucks and
multirosis.
hook you up to two trucks and just stretch you out a little bit.
Oh, I'm telling you, it'd probably help.
Pop that thing in line.
I need to pop that thing sometimes.
Yeah. Need to pop my dick, man, like Booker T said. I need to pop my dick, man.
Oh.
Hopefully Booker T sees that. It goes viral. That'd be funny. He's like, hey, what's this guy talking like me for?
I can picture him saying this. I liked him when he was, Harlem.
Yeah. Can you dig it, sucker?
Come out in the white pants with the
yeah.
Then he turned into this
King Booker.
Whatever this.
King Booker was funny.
I feel like there was a lot of booger sugar involved with that.
There probably was. There's probably a lot. Look at Ric Flair. Well, he says he never did cocaine, but he drank. Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage did that stuff. That they were like, "Ooh yeah, the Mega Powers, yeah."
Didn't Hulk Hogan recently pass away?
He did. Rest in peace, Hulk Hogan.
He was a believer in Christ. I seen people bashed him for his faith, and I was like,
and yeah, he was, and because, like, everybody wanted to label him a racist too. It's like everybody's a racist. Everybody's some kind of ist today. If you don't agree with a certain point of view, it's like, I don't understand. I mean, yeah, he said some things that were very unsavory, and he come out and apologized about it.
Right.
But what kind of, these people, oh, he said this word and that word. Well, okay, yeah, he might have said those words. Did it have malice behind it? I don't know. I'm not him.
Right.
I don't know. Could it have had malice behind it? Yes. Could it have not have? Yes. That's not my place to judge, But there's so many people that want to give power to a word, but they complain that, like, well, people need to quit saying this word, but all they do is say the word.
Yeah, sure.
And try to give it power. It's a word. The only power it has is the power the people give it.
Right.
I
mean, that's.
And yeah, it's true. Is it a good thing to call somebody? Absolutely not. I don't agree. I don't think people should be calling people out of their name and disrespect like that. Even if it's like, oh, talking to your friend, what's that? No, no, it's still.
Yeah.
Then it's like, oh, being a hypocrite about it, But,
right. Yeah. There's respect.
Just because somebody said a word like that once, and he was on tape that he didn't know he was being taped. At the same time. But no, I mean, I don't agree with him saying that word at all. I think it was kind of shitty, to be honest. But he did come out and apologize for it. And he did a lot of work with black people over the years in the WWF.
Yeah.
And a lot of times got them paid better because they didn't want to pay him because of the skin color, to be honest. Because it was a lot different back then.
Oh, yeah.
They looked at they were still racial undertones, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah.
But he got a lot of the guys that worked with him paid. A lot of them will, some people will have their, and it's everybody's free to their opinion. They can say whatever they want about it, and I'm just giving my 2 cents, which isn't worth much. But hey, here we are. But no, he was a believer in Christ. He actually rededicated himself like a few years ago. I'm pretty sure he went on a few podcasts and kind of did a little tour.
There's been a lot of it lately. A lot of people turning themselves turning themselves over to Christ, and that's
not a bad thing.
No, it's a very good thing. And we just
not a bad thing at all.
We can get everybody in the world to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every single breathing body to just turn themselves to Christ.
But unfortunately, we know, as the Bible says, that's not going to happen. But all we can do is pray for it and hope for the best, and try to do the work to influence as many people as possible.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that's going to turn away and flat out, just refuse, and that's something that they're going to have to deal with at the end of their days.
Yeah.
All a person can do is focus on their relationship with Jesus Christ, their personal relationship with Jesus Christ.
Absolutely.
And then that's the way, they will secure their eternal life. Any other way. And these people, it's like, oh, well, this and that and this and that. I was just a good person, so God will let me in heaven. No, it's not the case. You can be very charitable. You can be as kind as anybody. But if you don't know, and I was one of those people at one time. I thought, like, I'm a good person. And I treat people good, and I do good things for people, and I try to be a good person.
Right.
And that's just ignorance.
Yeah, there's a lot more that has to be applied to it.
Yeah, there really is.
And this is not me taking shots at people. This is me giving truth. There are people out there that go to church on Sunday, go to church on Wednesday. There's people, as I said, you get the people that go to church on Sunday or Wednesday.
Yes.
But they'll listen to what the preacher says. They'll say amen. They'll close their eyes and they'll either pray or not pray. I don't know what they do. But they go home and they never open their Bible once. They never pray to God. They never talk to God at all or thank God for anything throughout the rest of the week.
Right.
They get back to church on Sunday again and they're, praise God, praise the Lord.
Like the Joel Osteens and the Kenneth
Copelands.
They throw
their $10 or $20 bill into the offering.
Creflo Dollars and all that.
And they think that they're doing their part. But yet they're not helping. They see their neighbor. Ain't got no food and they got a fridge full of food. And they offer them a slab of meat or
not even a pack of hot dogs, man.
Don't offer them nothing,
Not even a pack of hot dogs.
But still go to church on Sunday and claim that they're Christian and they're doing good. And there's also the people that sit there and just judge others for, like, you see, like, example, I get judged because I smoke marijuana,
right?
And I'm a minister. Okay, I don't smoke marijuana to get high. I smoke it to deal with my pain that I have, and not only so I have fibromyalgia. I have broken my spine. I have fractured my spine twice.
Heck, you had brain surgery at one time.
I had went through some really rough things, and instead of taking all these man-made pills that I've taken from the doctors that have caused me more problems that I needed, I have taken marijuana. It's a plant that grows out of the ground. And a lot of people will, they use that against me, like, oh, you're a minister, you preach the word of God, and you're saved. You say you're saved, and you smoke weed. I'm like, okay, listen, that right there is that's what makes you ugly, is you're doing what's called judgment. Yeah. If there is to be some type of conviction for me and my use of THC for my medicinal use, God will convict me of it, and that is between me and God.
Absolutely.
The people that are casting judgment, that make comments and say things, you are the one who needs to actually talk to Jesus yourself. Don't worry about what's going on with me and Jesus. Worry about what you got going on with Jesus, because you casting judgment on me just shows that you need to talk to him a little bit more.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. A lot of people make judgment, and it's not even righteous judgment at all.
And they
there's a place for righteous judgment.
They put a mask on it. And think that it's
especially when they're sitting behind a keyboard.
Yeah.
Especially this thing, social media. You were born in an era where there's always been internet and everything. Kind of in my high school,
I used to have to look stuff up in encyclopedias.
I remember dial-up internet.
Webster's Dictionary.
I started with dial-up internet.
You remember the pink paperback Webster Dictionary?
I do, yeah.
The thick one? Do you
Yeah.
remember the big encyclopedias that were this thick and just
The
my gosh.
Encyclopedia Britannicas.
Yes.
Heck yeah, man! Because
I had many sets of them, 30-some
them were
books.
those are really good. Encyclopedia Britannicas, and then
Eminem would have loved that. Eminem did love that, actually.
he probably rapped those,
Yeah,
rapped the
he probably
Britannica.
did. He read
You know,
everything.
yeah, it's like social media has given so many people such a ugly voice and a way to hide behind a keyboard and say the ugliest things to people.
Yeah.
And you know, back when we was growing up, you didn't say stuff like that unless you were ready to fight somebody about it.
Right.
You know, there's two things that happen: you either fought about it or you sat down and talked it out, like two adults would, in certain ways. You know, it depends on what the situation was.
Sure.
You know, nobody really is afraid to knuckle up anymore. They're just, oh, I'll shoot somebody or stab somebody. It's like, come on, get out of here
not
with that
even
bull
that.
crap.
Like, what about the people that can't just have a civil conversation without even taking
No,
it that
exactly.
far?
Somebody posts their opinion and they're
Like-
on there like, well, you need to feel like this. And it's
Like,
like, no.
like I distinctively remember one time.
There's so many people that have a hive mind way of thinking. It's like a collective thought, so to speak. It's like, I feel like if a person, like you said earlier, you didn't agree with everything Charlie Kirk said.
Right.
And that shows you have a functioning brain that is able to see things from different perspectives.
And people
see
would call me a
things
hypocrite for that because they say, did you support him? Yes, I did. I supported a lot of things that he said,
right.
but not every single last thing.
Yeah.
But that does not, the man did not deserve to die.
If you were
That's
going
crazy.
to blindly or even knowingly follow somebody and agree with every single thing they say, you're incapable of forming your own thoughts. So
Right,
to speak.
right.
That's how I feel about that.
You might as well just be.
Yeah.
You might as well. You're replicating.
Exactly.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
You're cookie cutters.
Yeah. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
I see different points in the world of and views of things that matter and whatnot. That's like when Charlie Kirk said he could understand a few gun deaths a year. I understand that point too, as in like, look, I made this a point. If you get a 911 call for a school shooting, and I don't care what the age of the person is that is there, that is doing the school shooting, I don't care if they're 10, 12, 15, 20, 50, or 80. I don't care. The officer's job is to put everyone who is innocent into safety, which
Yes.
means the man behind the trigger is called the gunman.
Mm-hmm.
That is called the enemy for the police. That is what has to be taken down to protect the innocent.
Yeah.
So when you go into a school and you've already got 30 bodies injured, 10 bodies dead, and the gunman still has a bag full of ammo on him and clips, I understand death in that way. I understand, and I do believe that even our God would understand that those measures were taken because they had to have been taken.
Yeah.
And because our God understands that free will was made, and that man that's what I call again evil free will.
Mm-hmm.
There it is, free will of evil right there.
Right.
And that is exactly what school shootings are. So yes, I can agree that what Charlie Kirk said is that some gun deaths are called for. So for everyone on the other side of the screen who says that that is not false, think about your children that's in school. Would you want the police to pull the trigger on the gunman if they were after your child? Answer yourself that.
I'd also like to say, for everybody out there, do your research.
Yeah.
Quit posting things blindly because you feel a certain way. Literally, I said feel because some people get out of sorts when they read certain things, whether it's a meme, a snippet of a video, they view
TikTok.
things.
Stop sharing your TikToks if you don't do your research.
Whichever, that are blatantly false, and they get out of sorts about it, and all they're doing is getting themselves out of sorts.
Causing more hatred.
For nothing.
Yeah.
For nothing. It's like, that's the
Showing
good thing about technology is you can do instant research and be like, okay, this is partly untrue, or this is actually true, this is untrue.
A quick fact check is very easy to
Yes,
get
and
to.
you won't get yourself out of sorts.
In a matter of seconds, you can have the answer in the palm of your hands.
Yes. Quit being ignorant with things.
It's 2025.
Please, do your research.
Complicated.
It doesn't matter how old you are, do your research. You're never too old to learn anything. And, it's good to keep learning anyway. So do your research. Whatever age you are, doesn't matter. Do research, because you're going to find that you've been fed a lot of bullshit, and it doesn't matter which side of the political spectrum you're on or what your worldviews are. You've been fed a lot of bullcrap by the media. So take that into account. Sorry, I went off on a tangent there.
There you go. I mean, 'cause it's very true though, because there's a lot of things that go in the world, and people are so quick to jump on the hype train of someone. Oh, well, did you see how there's all kinds of snippets everywhere? Something must have happened with something.
They'll
must have
post
happened
a
with
snippet, but not the
so and
whole.
so let's watch it.
thing.
Like, oh, got to share this. Didn't even watches 10 seconds of a 3-minute video.
Yeah.
Share. Well, you are one of the problems.
Yeah.
Because you're not taking the time to see the full spectrum or the full picture.
They never watch the full video.
You know?
It's always like it's a clip, and it doesn't matter who it is.
Pamphlets where it's like they don't show the full thing, and like you'll see someone going to stab somebody, and it's an actual foot of someone when they're like.
And then it shows the next scene is what's actually going on.
Yeah, and it's like, man,
and it's the media at its finest.
Yes, it is the media.
It's the media.
The media cuts things out. Like the media. Oh, listen, if the media eventually, if this podcast were to go big,
I hope it does.
And
please like, share, subscribe.
I have hopes in regards to
we're gonna blow this thing up.
If the media ever got a hold of this, or people get a hold of this, and they'll do their little snippets and cut out things and make it to something. And with AI technology, it's absolutely awful. Thank God that if you're not a complete just uneducated
if
person,
you didn't grow up
spot AI
in the non-technological world like we did. We grew up before technology was at its peak like it is now. I mean, it's still growing. Like the burst in technology from the 90s.
Having your wallet attached to your phone, and I mean that literally, having your bank account attached to your phone.
Yeah.
Wild.
Remember, you used to see video chat on like the Star Trek and stuff or whatever.
Yeah. And we was like, that'll never happen. And
now it's like, here we are, you know. Here we are over here taking videos again.
Yeah.
You got the meatball over in the corner.
But no, overall, I think that everything that that you've brought up and had me talk about is just delivers an overall message that we live in a world that not only that needs God, yes, it needs guidance from Jesus more than anything. But people, it is not that hard to just try to get along.
Yeah, be kind to each other, man. It's really
not that hard. Like,
you never know what somebody's going through.
Yeah, you never know. Listen.
So a kind word sometimes may go a long way.
You get angry at somebody. Like, you ever seen someone bump into somebody in the middle of the store and someone get angry and say something to them? Says like, idiot, moron, like, or they curse at them. That could be enough to make someone commit suicide that day. You have no idea what someone, like you said, that someone has went through.
Right.
A little kindness will not hurt you. Kindness will do nothing more than give you good karma. Make you feel good.
Absolutely. It's not. It doesn't cost anything to be nice and kind to somebody.
Kindness
it's free.
Is free. Give it out.
Yeah, your day might be crap, but it is what it is. And if somebody makes you mad, and it's something that just sets you up, and they're not even really doing anything, you really shouldn't attribute anything to malice that could be attributed to incompetence.
Right.
In certain situations. Yeah. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Anything?
I think we've covered.
Got anything on your mind?
The only thing on my mind is like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah.
Follow the podcast. Know that Jesus loves you.
Yep.
Know that I love you. If you ever need prayer to talk, he's going to leave this information up.
I'll put a graphic up through the podcast, probably in the corner, and then I will actually
be kind. That's my message. Be kind.
I'm going to read this off, and then I will give you the podcast email as well, so you can send questions in, request to be on the podcast, whatever. We have Walk with Disciples, James Neace. He is the minister and life coach. The phone number is 740-251-0127, extension 777. If you ever need to talk, you have questions, concerns, feel free to give him a call. You punch in the extension and it will take you to his direct line.
Yep, and I'll answer.
If you have questions about your faith and getting in touch with people of the faith that don't have a conventional path, something that you may be comfortable with, give him a call. It's not going to hurt anything. You may benefit from it.
If you need a Bible, we'll give you a Bible.
Yep.
We'll get you in with the ministries and make you part of the movement of Walk with Disciples.
Absolutely. Anybody interested in with that, get a hold of them. We'll put a graphic up on the screen also with the number and with the information. And if you want to get a hold of us, I'm on Facebook as Boomer Brown. I have a podcast email. It's the740 show podcast at gmail.com. The740 pod.
The 740 show.
I had a tongue twister there. The740 show podcast at gmail.com. So I appreciate you coming in. Let me, taking time to get an interview in with you. We're going to have you on here more often, of
Sounds
course.
good. Awesome. Yeah.
I've known you for a long time, and we can
As
get into
you'll be
some
on
of
mine
our
as well.
We can get into some of our stories from back in the day.
Sure.
I just wanted to kind of get you on here, let you introduce yourself to everybody, and hopefully we can
talk about bloody noses and Arby's sandwiches.
All sorts of good stuff like that, and then wrestling in my mom's living room, and
crazy times.
The time you had to drive us back from Washington D.C. after my fight.
Yep.
And all sorts of fun times, and we'll get you back on here. And I want to shout out again, Ricky Gillum, TJ Hensley, and Aaron White.
Love you guys.
Love you guys. Thank you for letting me pick your brains regarding the podcast stuff. I do appreciate it. Like I said before, if you're not watching Big Backs podcast,
Bex,
you need to go freak yourself.
I
cleaned it up that time.
Big Bex, this guy.
If I wasn't respectful of my friend, I would have said another words. Just a disclaimer there. But like I said, I'm respectful of my guests, and they don't want me to curse. I try my best to limit it. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Any questions, comments, concerns? If you want to talk, if you want to get on there and in the comments and act like an idiot, just know we have plenty of people that will put you in flames and roast you to the high heavens. So just remember, check yourself before you wreck yourself.
I've prayed for you all, but that's out of my hands.
BD's IYA. And that's all I'm going to leave you for. I ain't going to say what that actually means right now. I'm going to say it probably on the next show because it's a vulgar term. So just use your imagination. And thank you guys. Appreciate it. Thank you, Heath. Thank you, Ariel, for being here.
No problem.
Thank my nephew in the back off the screen.
Thank you, sir.
And he's out there doing his thing. He's running things in the background. He's like the Jamie on the Joe Rogan show. He's out here making sure things run smoothly. So give him a little round of applause.
Absolutely.
But this is our first run on the podcast. It's a little bare bones, humble beginnings, but we got to start somewhere.
Absolutely.
And like I said, let's make this stuff pop off and go somewhere.
Let's do it.
Thank you guys.